Hello, I'm Dr. Asavari Manvikar. I would like to welcome you all to the CAR Global Webinar Research Series. Council for Ayurveda Research is an international non-profit organization based out of USA with its sister chapter in India. By the name of AAAF, Ayurvidya Anusandhan Abhiyan Foundation, our mission is to encourage, educate, and facilitate basic, clinical, and interdisciplinary research in Ayurveda. Our vision is to promote, establish Ayurveda as an evidence-based health science globally. You can learn more about us at www.ayurvedaresearchusa.org. Please do consider joining us as a member, which will bring you access to all our resources. No nonprofit can operate and succeed without the volunteers. So consider joining us as a volunteer and we can place you based on your interest into a variety of projects. Once again, our website is www.ayurvedaresearchusa.org. Now let me introduce our platinum sponsor, Komal Herbals. It's a company based in Pennsylvania. It is focused on the concepts of Ayurveda and the power of being healthy using herbal and natural products. Komal Herbals worked hard to find premium ingredients for their herbal formulas. They also source herbs and spices that are sustainably and organically grown around the world. Now let me introduce our eminent speaker today, Dr. Girish Sarade.
Namaste.
Namaste. So nice to meet you after so many years. Thank you for joining us today. He did his master's MD in 2000 in specialized subject Panchakarma from Pune University with gold medal. He did his PhD in 2015 from Tirak Maharashtra University for the doctorate research regarding concept of Buddhi, that is human intellect, in Charaka Samhita with its different types and assessment system. He has done BA as well as MA in Sanskrit literature from Tirak Maharashtra University. He is Ayurvedic consultant and Panchakarma specialist since 20 years through his Ayushri clinic in Pune. He works as honorary consultant at Tarachand Ramnath Ayurvedic Hospital, Pune. He is honorary consultant at Department of Ayurveda, Dinanath Mangeshkar Hospital, Pune. He is visiting lecturer, postgraduate proficiency in Panchakarma. He worked at as Ayurvedic consultant in Shikha's International Holistic Studio for 12 years in Koregaon Park, Pune, and also in Sean Medico Cosmetics Center. He worked as the head of academic division of Vishwananda Kendra, Pune during 2014 to 2018. He has amazing accomplishments. He has been awarded by National Award in Banaras Hindu University for outstanding doctorate research work. He got selected for the first All India Reorientation Program in Yoga for doctors conducted by Ministry of Health of India at Kaivalyadham Yoga Institute in Lonavala in 1996. He has contributed to many research papers, studies, and publications. Very recently, in 2020, one of his publications was very well known, a prospective clinical study of an Ayurvedic regimen in COVID-19 patients. The clinical research was published in Science Direct. He presented the topic Shirodhara therapy, pros and cons in international seminar in 2001 in Brazil. He presented the topic music therapy as an Ayurvedic approach in Kala Ayurved Parishad in 2002. He presented the topic Swara Sadhana and Sadhak, an Ayurvedic approach, in Kala Ayurved Parishad in 2003. He presented doctorate work on study of Charaka's concept of Buddhi with special emphasis on Buddhi Pareeksha. He presented master's work on the effect of Shirodhara in treatment of anxiety under subject of Panchakarma in 2000. So I'm very glad to have you, Dr. Sarade. His other topics of special interest are holistic spine, joint care, Panchakarma, Ayurvedic psychiatry, Ayurvedic approach in yogic therapeutic, Ayurvedic approach in music therapy, and Ayurvedic approach in dietetics and cooking.
Thank you, Asana.
Thank you. Yeah, so I would like to invite you, and it will be great if you can start your presentation on this beautiful topic today.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all. And I think I am going to talk on the Buddhi concept in Charaka Samhita. First of all, I think International Ayurveda Day is coming soon, and we have to pray Dhanvantari God. So we start with the prayer. Namami Dhanvantari Madhadevam Sura Surair Vandita Pada Padmam Loke Jraru Bhayamrutyunashanam Dataramisham Vividhaushadhinam. My topic of research in doctorate was the concept of Buddhi in Charaka Samhita. I limited my study with Charaka Samhita only because when we think of body and mind medicine, I think concept of Charaka is more detailed and more holistic than other scholars in Ayurveda. So the study was limited only with Charaka Samhita, and the same concepts I am going to put in front of you. Next. See, in the world, many scholars are there. They are studying concept of Buddhi in their ways. But still, John Hungeland also said that we had to rethink the purpose, locality, process, type of knowledge, and what is actually the knowledge, what is actually the intelligence. So, though there are many researches, many studies, many scholars devoted their life for learning intelligence, I think at present, there is no comprehensive and holistic structure of intelligence has been exposed in front of, under the domain of psychology. There are two different ways. One is psychiatry, another is psychology. And I think in between that, something is missing, something is gray line. So the study was an effort to link both things from the stage of, from the side of Ayurveda. Next. Why this study is very important? See, though Ayurveda is very old, ancient Indian science, thousands of years back, you can't find intelligent domain as a comprehensive information at one place, in one chapter, in any Ayurvedic text. So the need of the time is we have to put a comprehensive information in front of the world from the desk of Ayurveda. Another aim is there are a lot of philosophical research in the field of Buddhi, the field of intelligence, but still the pattern is changing many of the time. Sometimes in academic intelligence, sometimes it is emotional intelligence. Now the spiritual intelligence is again entering in this field. So I think some science like Ayurveda, like indigenous science, should put their word in this field. Many fields are linked with this research in intelligence. So I think like educational strategist, method of teaching, method of assessment of the knowledge, psychologists, health counselors, many HRD people and marketing strategists, they need the thorough knowledge and a stable philosophical fundamentals in the field of intelligence. And there is a huge potential. Next. From the Charaka side, I think what the conceptual approach of Charaka towards Buddhi. First is Buddhi is like a guna, like a characteristic of Atman. Guna Buddhi and Karma Buddhi. Both are there. But actually Buddhi is a Atmika guna. But whenever it is a characteristic or it is a Atmika guna, then it is inactive, of course, because Atma itself is not active. So the Karma Buddhi we have to consider whenever we are considering a practical approach in Buddhi. So operational mode is very important, and the characteristic get activated when Atman and mind get fused and enter into zygote. So it come into the operational mode. Whenever it come into operational mode, I think the Charaka's approach toward Buddhi is of three types. One is Buddhi is a knowledge based, which is a cognitive mode. Another is decision based, which erases out the confusion through the critical analysis, which is called as Nishchayatmika Buddhi. And another one is adaptive mode, that is shaping up the decision. Whenever some decision takes place from Nishchayatmika Buddhi and have to deliver with the community, then it should get shaped according to the dealing situation, dealing people, and the social community to whom with you are going to deal with your decision. So that adaptive basis, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. So the concept of Charaka toward Buddhi is, it is a characteristic one, that is a Gunatmaka Buddhi. Second is Karmatmaka Buddhi. And after the manifestation, operation or the functioning, what comes out is in three dimensions, which is one is knowledge, another decision, and third one is adaptive decision, means Vyavasayatmika, which is actually application of the decision, that is Nishchayatmika. Next. See, another approach of Charaka. When we think of functional Buddhi or operational Buddhi, it is not only an intelligence work in the body. It is a total a teamwork. Atman, mind, of course, because of that, without that, there is no operational mode, functioning mode. Along with that, Indriya and object. Both Indriya is connected. So this is a teamwork, combined approach. Another is collaborative approach. Without Dhi, Dhriti, Smriti. Dhriti means the holding power, Smriti means the memory power, and Dhi means intelligence. So these three factors collaboratively work along with the mind, and then intelligence, operational intelligence, functional Buddhi take place. Another approach is Ayurvedic or the Charaka's Buddhi approach is not a psychological and not a psychiatric only. It is a fusion of all that. It is a composite action. So body-mind medicine, like body and mind together with Atman, that composite action means whenever you decide something, like mind, Dhriti, Smriti, they work for you. Along with that, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, or the 7 tissues, or some Srotasas, all these things, your heart, your brain, sensory centers, all they work for you. So you can't think of psychological mind is different, and you can't think of only a psychiatrist there. See, PNIE, psycho, neuro, immuno, endocrinology is the branch nowadays very well working in medical field. I think the same scenario is expected in this composite function, totality of body and mind. Whenever you think of more detail about Buddhi, you think of the inner Buddhi, means Antahkarana Buddhi. So which inner circle of Buddhi, where Atman, mind and Smriti, they work, they interact with each other and take place as a decision or any Nishchayatmika. Another is outer side of Buddhi. Whenever you think of outer side of Buddhi, the within a body, but with the help of Indriya, that is senses and object interaction. This mind and Atman work together and come into the decision. So it is more cognitive, it is more inner side, Antakarana, Monobuddhi and your Nishchayatmika Buddhi. And last one is external. Whenever you deal with surrounding and deal with another people, then your outer Buddhi or your inner Buddhi have to shape up with another way. And that is Atman, mind, sense, object, plus dealing word. And the time when you are going to deliver your decision, that you have to count in your convey. So you have to think of the concept. It's combined the teamwork, collaborative work, composite work, inner range, outer range, and external range. So you have to think of concept of Buddhi of Charaka in this 6 dimensions. Next. See, after all, after that, around 40 type of Buddhi which were quoted in the text, I found out from Charaka Samhita and its Tikakarans. I can't mention all these different types in one lecture, but the 3 basic classification of Buddhi is Atma Pratyagastha Buddhi, which is actually not in function because it is only related to with Atman. But another is Manobuddhi, which is actually in function, and another is Indriya Buddhi. So Atma Pratyagastha, Manobuddhi, and Indriya Buddhi. These are the 3 basic types of Buddhi which are functioning in the body. Atma Pratyagastha is only at the level of Turiya Avastha of the body, not in a conscious mind. Okay, so we forget about it. But Manobuddhi is of 2 types, which is Nishchayatmika, which take the decision. Another is Vyavasayatmika, which actually come into the application mode whenever we deal with some other people or community. Indriya Buddhi is of 2 types, which is Nishchayatmika, which is a cognitive decision making, and another is Kshanika, which is like reflex action. For the moment only, the interaction takes place, and we can't understand. There is no cognitive process in that. There are no dimensional knowledge in that. But of course, the loop get fulfilled, which is sense, object, mind, and Atman. So it is a for moment only Kshanika. We can think of reflex action in that way. Okay, next one. So Kshanika Buddhi is again of 5 because there are 5 senses, so 5 types. Nishchayatmika Buddhi is again interact with 5 senses, so 5 types. Okay, so in this way, I found 40 types of Buddhi in Charaka Samhita and its Tikakaras. Now we are thinking about this outer operational Buddhi, Indriya Buddhi in detail. Okay, same. See, this is in a conscious state of mind with interaction with 5 senses. So 5-folded knowledge you get from that auditory, then taste, then touch, visual, all kind of things. So 5 of knowledge you get from this interaction. Steps of interaction, 6 type of sannikarshas are mentioned in Ayurveda. If you think of classical basic fundamentals of Ayurveda, you can find this sannikarsha, 6 type of shat with the sannikarsha. Sanyoga, Sanyukta Samavaya, this kind of things. Sanyukta Samaveta Samavaya, Abha Pratyaksha, Samaveta Samavaya, all this type of they are the 6th grade of the knowledge. First grade is a simple kind of knowledge. Second grade is more dimensional knowledge. Third one is more detailed knowledge. So this, whenever the interaction of Atman and mind and Indriya and object take place, I think in these 6 steps, you get the knowledge, you get the intelligent, improved. So in another way, I am telling you that when you want to assist someone's intellect, I think you have to make the questionnaire, or you have to assist in these 6 levels. You have to design the questions or your models in these 6 levels. So at what level the person is more eminent to make the decision, you can get. So I think this Sannikarshas you can find. If you think of the puzzles for different ages, I think this type of Sannikarshas only they are taking into consideration whenever they are designing the tools for the child for the development of their cognitive functions, buddhi, intelligence. So I think this is another more detailed topic, that Sannikarshas and intelligence, or the playing development of the intelligence, is another topic, but this comes under these things. These Sannikarshas are with this domain. Interaction is like para apara, which is where more close, which is more distance, which is more what in calculatory intelligence, another is combining intelligence, another is discrete critical intelligence. So all this para, uddisha, sankhya, sanyoga, vibhaga, pruthaktva, parimana, that is dimensional intelligence. So you can think all this 10 type of what you can say conjunctions are there: para, apara, sankhya, sanyoga, parimana, and this type of 20. I think they were quoted in that in Charaka text. So these characteristics actually from the object interact with Atman, mind, and Indriya, Buddhi, and then the dimensional knowledge you can get. So this para aparatva, 20 type of characteristics are the main domains of interaction whenever senses interact with the object, and the knowledge come out as an intelligence. Mode of interaction is direct mode. Whenever Indriya is interacting with the object, it is a direct mode. Next one, type of interaction. See, there are different in number of objects. So interactions are in number of. So it is called as Bahuvida Buddhi. So I think Bahuvida Buddhi is like in number of intelligence are there. I can give an example. If auditory Buddhi of a person who tuned tanpura or the string instrument is different, who understand the abnormality with the help of sound from the machine, or the garage worker with the sound of moped or the bike, he understand what the abnormality or dysfunctioning in the machine. I think this is again an Bahuvida Buddhi, auditory Buddhi, but different Bahuvida Buddhi. The person who is singer can understand something that much to tune the tanpura, but the person who is expert in tuning the tanpura, he has a different auditory intelligence, and singer have a different auditory intelligence. The garage person have a different auditory intelligence. So in that way, you can think of there are in number of buddhis in when you are thinking of Indriya Buddhi. So Bahuvida Buddhi. Level of interaction is micro level. Whenever micro level of interaction, that is the kshanika, that is a reflex type of action, intelligence. You can mention, you can explore, you can tell the other person what you understand from that. So this is a kshanika, momentary, but which is with the proper duration. I think for the interaction, you need proper duration to interact with the object. You get the cognitive type of knowledge, and that is the Indriya Buddhi. For that, the collaborators, other associated elements also, they help for the intelligence, that is Dhruti, which drives the proper interaction between Smriti and what the knowledge you find after the interaction, and also the mind, what mind wills, what is his emotions and all these things. So Dhriti, Smriti and mind all collaborate with intelligence, and a collaborative knowledge come out as the cognitive knowledge from Indriya Buddhi. Specialized interaction. See, normal interaction is cognitive interaction, what you have, what I have, what other people have, according to the age group, that is different at the level. But in that type of intelligence, there is a specialized interaction you can find, like a distant interaction, a Vyagra Buddhi. From very long distance, you can understand what actually happening over there, or what actually the object is there, what type of object is there. That is called as the Vyagra Buddhi. And another is a wide angle interaction, so that called as an Taila Buddhi. So these are very super special character of this Indriya Buddhi. Everyone don't have that. So some gifted people, or like gifted characteristic like Vyagra, have that type of intelligence. Taila Buddhi is like oil spread over the water, like wide angle interaction techniques. When you're in one spot, in one moment, you can understand many dimensions of the object at that moment or within a limited time. So that is called as wide angle interaction, and that is Taila Buddhi. And for that, I think not only this Dhruti, Smriti and mind works, but also doshas like Prana, Udana, Sadak Pittam and Tarpaka, Vyana, all this cluster of this dosha dhatu, oja, indriya prana vaha, srotas, all this body helps, supports and manage what you want to see and what you want to understand. The body mind medicine is like that, like this from the body side, this all elements help for the mind and Atman and senses and this interaction to come out as a knowledge. Next one. Next one is Nishchayatmika Manobuddhi. See, one is a cognitive. Now this is internal more. Atman, mind and Smriti. You have seen some incidents on the road, but when you are in your cabin, I think you are not interacting with the incidents at that time. But the Smriti, what you have seen or what you have heard, bad words or good words, I think in your cabin, that Smritis are there. And that Smritis and mind with Atman interacting. That's called a Chintan or Vichar. You are thinking your mind with your Ahankaras. You are thinking, you are comparing, you are analyzing that Smritis. You are evaluating what happened actually, who is doing the mistake, who was done the mistake and all these things. So at that time, I think you are not in outer side. You are not interacting with the object. We are interacting with what you catched in your interaction, and now you are sitting in your house or you are sitting in your cabin and you are interacting with the Smritis. So that is all is a Manobuddhi. And if you hurt or if you find very good happiness, according to you start analyzing all that event and you come into the conclusion. So for that, other domain also are there, which are in your intelligence. That is you are founded with like optimistic, or you are cultivated with your intelligence with optimistic way or pessimistic way or imaginary or logical or without logical or methodological, medlocritical or critical or classical or rebellion. So everyone have all these kind of dimension, which are the sub-dimension of intelligence. And someone is more super finished with some angle, while another is not that much super finished in another angle. But many of the people you are using, according to the situation, what type of sub-branch of the intelligence, sub-type of intelligence should be elevated. Like, I know when you are controlling the music panel from the recorder or the sometimes whenever you want bass, he elevate another key. When you want less bass, he can decline the another key. So whenever you want to take some decision which is very personal or which is related to your emotion. I think you use this pessimistic, imaginary, or optimistic approach, and every approach you need. But some people are more imminent with one approach. And so, what I said at the first, in HR, you need the assessment of your intelligence. So, you need the assessment of intelligence at this level. Who is more optimistic? Who is more critical, or who is more vyahata, who is coming together, and common decision taking style, critical decision taking style. So he's not thinking of common, he's thinking of critical way. So these people you need, but not at the teamwork. So, and this way, I think if these type of intelligence is working, you have to analyze in retrospective way with the help of these domains, I think. So you get dimensional approach in understanding various situations. And the problem when you get in any situation and you need the Nishchayatmika Manobuddhi, I think somewhere in this domain there is a lack, or somewhere in this domain there is aggravation, and so the decision is not coming properly. I think you try to understand, maybe it is more concentrated or more heavy, but these are the subtypes, subdomains of the intelligence whenever it is taking decision in some situation. Mode of interaction, of course, one is knowledge from the direct mode, what you have received as a smriti. Then interference mode, that is anumana, comparison mode, taratamatvam, and interconnecting mode. And classical mode is on the basis of the reference from the classics. So in different way, you take the knowledge to take your decision. And then Nishchayatmika Buddhi, for that again, Dhriti, Smriti, and self. Self means your self-ego. Self means how you get cultivated from your family, from your society. Self means what is your prakriti. So this self, then your age, what age you are yourself is interacting with this disease situation. So Dhriti, Smriti, and yourself interact totally. And in that self, your ego, your emotion gave the flavor to the decision. And then accordingly, and that flavor is depend on the level of interaction. The type of interaction is with Dhriti, Smriti, and self. But if your level of self is in Sattva or Raja, or in Raja or in Rajatama, then that emotional grade changes, your ego changes, and that it take part in your decision whenever you are taking decision in some situation, and that conclude your actual decision. So collaborators are Dhriti, Smriti, they help, they drive, because very important when you're doing Manobuddhi Nishchayatmika, your Dhruti is the key, which is a driver. Because Dhruti means you're controlling power, and if Dhruti is vanished, I think all decisions get failed. Sometimes intelligence is not that much graded or higher, but if Dhriti is good, the person not get failed. Maybe he gets success in some level. So very important is your Dhriti. And so people in ancient time, I think when they train the people, they educate the people, they more focus on Dhruti to get educated, to get imminent, some vratas, some acharanas, all this naishtiki, or regular, your scheduling your regular daily routine in the same way. I think the Dhruti is going to empower with the help of these small tools. Sometimes we say that the child should also experience the saying no or not getting something. So I think this is again to develop a Dhruti for the proper thing. Any negativity or any rejection, he had to accept. He had to be in patience. So Dhruti always going to work as a mind gym, and that is actually playing a key role in concluding a decision in any situation. I think in Granthas it is said that if Smriti is vanished, okay, person will not get finished with any cognitive thing. But if dhrutis vanish, I think it cannot coordinate the smriti and intelligence and all those things properly. So it is a very expert driver in our body. So dhruti and smriti is very important. In specialized interaction, of course, wide angle interaction like taila buddhi. Some people have immediate understanding of what situation is, and they give because of the experience or because of that super special finishing they have had with their intelligent approach. And another is tikshna buddhi, that they can pierce to the situation easily in the depth, and so they can understand what is the problem actually. So these type of specialized intelligence are there in nishchayatmika manobuddhi, and in this way I think the nishchayatmika manobuddhi operational phase take place, functioning take place, and we conclude to the decision. Next. In that case, I think merit demerits of object, different pramanas we have seen before, result as a database and various possibilities and prediction it take into consideration. Actually, this process, this operational mode gives you a perfect decision, which is a proper decision. We can say the perfect decision, accurate decision. But all the time, accurate decision not come into this, because understanding of formed I, that is Prakriti, cultivated, this Atman, or you can say your ego, you can say yourself, combines your emotions, combines with your decision from the brain. And so together, I think the decision come out as a nishchayatmika buddhi, not like only a cognitive, because your cognitive thinking will give you the perfect pinpoint decision, but not all the time it come out, because these three, that's emotional I, practical I, again, the decision is right, but my health limits are there, my financial limits are there, availability of the resources are there. So it flavors your decision, which is a correct decision, but you come to the proper decision. So correct decision and proper decision come out from this correct to proper decision. This is the process, I think, which Charaka says. Okay, next one. Now, when you take your side, the proper decision, now you have to interact with the dealing situation with some other one. And for that, I think this Vyavasayatmika Buddhi helps for you. See, this Vyavasayatmika Buddhi is more on emotional intelligence, because sometimes what you want in your mind, what your decision in your mind, if someone is senior, if someone is senior familiar, I think you can't convey in that word what you are concluding inside you, that is manobuddhi. You have to shape it up in some good words. You have to shape it up in proper timing to convey your decision. You have to shape it up with some introductory, some sentences, and then to talk in a proper way like this. So I think this is all is Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, which is always in a conscious. So self, that gives you that, see, there are many things here in your decision, in your bucket list. But you have to think of which decision in para or apara, which is in priority, which is in most priority. So all these things comes in this, and then you're concluding, you deliver to the situation. So motors like mind, action, and speech, they help in that. Thinking, comparing, analyzing, evaluation, all the chintan, vichar, uyya, dheya, sankalpa, all these are there. These are the steps. Through these steps, it come into sankalpa, that is actually functioning, dealing with the situation. See here, the new concept, what I found from Charaka. This domains of interaction are Dhi, Dhriti, Smriti, and Medha. Medha is another thing which is that cognitive, I think, function, which perceives the knowledge and also holds the knowledge. So that is called as Medha. Actually, in schools, I think in India, at least, what they assist from the examination is not the intelligence. They assist the Medha, which is Medha and Smriti together, which is called as So dharana and smriti together is called as medha. But this four another things, see, siddhi, kirti, kshama and daya. These are again small features that helps you how to do this emotional intelligence grow in your within your mind. So siddhi means what you want immediately, what the thing will succeed you immediately. So the way, if your decision is correct, you have to think of how your decision will be in success, in what way, if you delivered it to the situation. So this give you this axis will finish, make the dimension your intelligence from siddhi. Kirti, what I said, the verbal intelligence, how to deliver, in what word to deliver. Kshama is that, I think that is more giving you the patience, because in someone you don't have to say bad words for the other one. What we in our professional life, what we etiquettes we follow, that we don't say any wrong words. If someone is wrong, if someone is not in that much intelligence, so that all is called as kshama. So kshama gives you the patience, and daya is, I think, your intelligence to promote your knowledge for the sake of science in the community. So this daya will give you, I think, more intelligence in the dimension of innovation, because for that the knowledge you have to deliver in innovative way, in a different way that the person who is sitting in front of you will understand properly. So that daya also give you the patience, kshama also give you the patience. Daya will daya will help you to think of your knowledge in innovative way, so that some another person will understand properly. Your science will convey from one generation to another generation properly, because the generation changes, the language changes. Like in the past, in ancient, knowledge was told in spiritual way, but now we want the knowledge in scientific way. So whenever daya characteristic is there, I think your vyavasayatmika buddhi should deliver the knowledge in this scientific language, in with the help of some researches happen in the past or in that domain. So that is called as daya. So with the help of these domain, I think what the decision you took, or what is your decision, it come into the exist with the dealing society or the circumstance, and then you get success. Because all people who are stood first in their exam not get succeed as an intelligent person, not get success in their job, not get success, because in this situation you can understand the corporate state, where they don't think that intelligent person to appoint as a team leader. They think that the intelligent person to come and consult them, but the person who is working supposed to be appointed as a team leader, I think he has kshama and daya and kirti, these type of intelligence, more dimensional intelligence, more emotional intelligence in his intelligent axis, not only the perfect decision making intelligence. So I think this way Charaka had also mentioned all these dimensions, type of interaction with the external world, self and time also. Sattva, Raja, Raja, Tamo, all these are type of things. See the enthusiasm, goal and determination, Sankalpa, Utsaha and Dheya. What are the characteristics of mind? They also put their role in making Nishchayatmika Buddhi into Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. If you don't have goal, I think decision was taken 1 year ago before, but not came into the existence. There is no enthusiasm, it will not speed up the decision from Nishchayatmika Manobuddhi to Vyavasayatmika Manobuddhi. So all these mind dimension also take place in Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Success oriented well-being of intelligence is called a Chatura Buddhi. Well, many people are Chatur, they get success more because they know the success oriented delivery of their decision or their knowledge in the society. Sometimes this Kirti, what they want to talk, motivational talker, they have Kirti intelligence more dominant in their axis of intelligence. So they are motivational talkers and all those people. So Chatura Buddhi also is very specialized Buddhi of Vyavasaya. Next. See, I will not focus more on this, but you can think of whenever you are in a decision, these are the influencing factor in your decision making, your grade of intelligence. So first thing is your past life, karma, corpus of that is definitely, because otherwise you can't see the 4-year or 5-year artist who is playing very finished and performing in the stage. This is a bhagyam. Another is the past lives studies. I think janma janmani abhyastam jnanam danam adhyayanam tapah. So your spiritual practices, your naishtiki acharan, all this tapashcharya is get conveyed to your next birth. Your dana, what is the corpus come from your dana? I think that again, and abhyastam, that is your studies. So if you are studying and you are not getting success in this, your life, your studies doesn't vanish. That get conveyed with your Atman to your another birth. So that is Janma Janmanya. That is again take place. Cultivation and your parentism, teacher, society, culture, all these things shape up your intelligence. Dhruti and Smruti from the past experiences, as your age going on, this changes, your Dhruti get built up. Sometimes it not get built up, but many times if you have practicing, it get built up. Smrutis are there, you have experiences. Okay, so the grade of ahankara that changes your prakriti, your age, and your dominance of sattva rajatama, that changes your grade of ahankara. Determination, your sankalpa also change the operation buddhi. Abhyas, that is practice again. Prakriti, qualitative estimation of dhatu, of function, properly functioning body elements. Indriya prana. So this is from the body side. All those things. If the srotas, the channels are obstructed, I think the messages will not get conveyed properly and the decision will take time or get delayed. So I think these all factors you have to think of. So the Rasaprana Saujñava Srutas is like, see, Indriya Pranava Srutas is a cognitive, because your senses interaction and that knowledge. So that is more on sensory system. And Rasa Saujñava is beyond sensory, which mind understand. So that is connected with heart and your mind and circulation. So whenever Indriya Prana and Rasa Saujñava come together, I think cognitive process get completed and you actually understand what is the object is. So this all take place. Next one. So actually, after all, what is balanced operation of buddhi? So this is balanced with heart and intelligence together. Emotional and intelligence is called. Whenever it is balanced, you can understand what is kartavya, which is not kartavya, which is beneficial for you, which is not beneficial for you. And whenever you are in balanced state with emotion and intelligence, I think that is called as samayoga jalita didhriti smrtyaha. So kartavya, akartavya, hita, ahita. So which is beneficial for me, which is actually good for me, not good for me. What is my kartavya, what is my duty, which is not my duty. So all these are actually balance. If there is a balance, then proper buddhi is there, balanced operation of buddhi is there. Next one. See, there is a lot of confusion that some ghee, when you eat some ghee, when you eat some dry fruits or all those things, Shankapushpi or all those things, if you eat, take the medicine, then intelligence gets promoted. I think this is very wrong, because in Charaka it is said that by ahara elements, you can nourish your tissues, you can nourish your dhatus or your doshas and your body elements. But the elements like upper characteristics like buddhi, all those things are not get nourished by directly by your diet elements. So eating ghee will improve your smriti, but not improve your intelligence. Drinking ghee will improve your medha, but not your intelligence. Intelligence is different than smriti and medha. So all these dry fruits also will help. Some rasayana is also helpful for medha, because then medha, ayushkami rasayanam, medha pravardhana rasayanam, smriti vivardhana rasayanam, but not buddhi vivardhana rasayanam. So try to understand these are wrong conceptions from decks of Charakam. And what actually is going to improve your buddhi? That is Tat Vidya Sambhasha. Discussion with your colleagues, discussions with your seniors. I think whenever you have some decision in your mind, whenever you have some conclusion in your mind, you are thinking at some level. And if whenever you are talking with your colleagues and in some seminar, and if you got something new and that approach you received, it means your ego you get balanced and you received at, okay, this is more higher dimension than what I was thinking, what I was concluding. So Tadvidya Sambhasha with colleagues, with seniors is the one way that you can improve, you can promote your intelligence, power of intelligence. Another it's time, because see, quarter of the knowledge you can get from the text. Quarter knowledge you can take from your guru, who gives you in between the lines. Quarter knowledge you have to take from your colleagues, it is said in our Upanishads. But the quarter of the knowledge, I think it comes by time. So the promotion of intelligence, of course, I think many people are more controversial about that, because some people stay at their level after any age they got. Okay, at the age of 50 also they have the same kind of, but by the time you get, if you are in some specific knowledge, if you are in medical field, if you are in music field, if you are in some another technical field, after some time you get more excellence in your decision making system, your judgment of the decision. So that is by time. The next one is Tattva Jnana. I think Tattva Jnanam is like Krishna is telling to Arjuna. Okay, Tattva Jnanam, when you are reading some Tattva Jnana, when you are hearing some Tattva Jnana, you will get more enriched knowledge, more enriched laws of the philosophy. And then you get upgrade with your knowledge system, your philosophical approach. And I think that is called as more as a counseling. When you do the counseling, any counselor, what is do? He gives the Tattva Jnanam to his client or some person who is in the situation. And the Tattva Jnana lead him to change his approach. And when the approach change, I think intelligence change. His knowledge, concluding power change. So for the promotion of Buddhi, this is not working. There are some exceptions like Mausarasa, Navanita are said for the intelligence, but in general, no medicine or no any diet derivatives articles are explained directly working to promote the Buddhi in Charaka Samhita. Maybe in another Samhitas, their approach toward Buddhi is totally different. So you can find the quotes that they are saying that this is working on Buddhi. So this is the difference when you are learning, limiting your knowledge with Charaka, limiting your study with Charaka. Next one. Development of the Buddhi, the same thing. When you want to develop the Buddhi, what? Your decision-making system, like Medha, your cognition, Smriti, Dhriti, and Dhi. It gives you a cognitive decision, which is a perfect decision, which is a pinpoint decision. But your Siddhi, Kirti, Daya, and Kshama, it is an emotional intelligence. So I think development of the Buddhi means development of the Medha, development of the Dhriti, development of the Smriti, So development of the D, but also development of Siddhi, Kirti, Daya, and Shama. What I said last time, vocal intelligence, like uh, targeting the situation which is actually going to make you success. So all these things are together. I think these are the domains Charaka said, which is a kit for you, or I can say the model for you, how to develop your buddhi, where both intelligence are balancedly taken into consideration. Next. Now it comes, the point is how to measure buddhi. To measure or not to measure? Is it said in Ayurveda to measure the buddhi or not? I think we have to consider these points. I gave you the quotation, but I will tell you in short. See, they said that buddhi is the strength, buddhi is the power. Okay. So whenever power is there, you can calculate them. Okay, that is the main thing. Power is in operational mode because it is a functioning buddhi, what we are thinking of, not only the character. So there are many factors, they are coming into interaction. So every character you can think, you can calculate, and accordingly you can calculate the buddhi. There is another quote that gives you that you can compare buddhi of two and more than two people. So Shrutam, Vijnanam, Dharana, Pratibhanam, all those things are, Shrutam means in general knowledge, Vijnanam is more detailed knowledge or dimensional knowledge. Dharana means how you can hold, committed to your memory. Means you have to chant all these things like in the same manner which is in text. Pratibhanam, innovative intelligence. Vachana Shakti. Vachana Shakti means rapid question module. You have to tell your answers very fast. Dhairya means another way that your patience we have to testing, and Kaushalyam is your application mode. I think in this domain, someone have to test or compare Gunan Guru Laghavatah Parasya cha Atmanasya Tulayet. So in classroom, what we do that? We test Shrutam, Vijnanam. Sometimes whenever there's vocal examination, we think of Dharana. Whenever there are projects are there, the Pratibhanam. Vachana Shakti is a rapid mode of questions. Within 1 minute, you have to tell this answer, tell 10 questions like that. Dhairyam, I think there is not that much, but sometimes they make you fearful and they ask some questions and they catch how is your dhairyam. You get balanced or imbalanced in some situation or not. And application mode, of course, your practical examination. So all this is said in Charaka properly in that time. Swalakshane uktaha gunaha sarve paradaya. This paraparatva uktisha sankhya sanyoga, I think these are another 20 characteristics that you can apply in your model of assessment of intelligence in tool that will give you the decision. Again, assessment of your measuring of your buddhi, measuring of your not quantitative but qualitative measuring of your decision. I think this is very important. Jati, your social access, culture, Kula, your family culture, Dasha is your Desha. Because see, sometimes in Brazil, which approach he made to deliver his knowledge, I think in India, it might be in a different way. So the Desha is also important word from he, or there is another axis of this meaning is Dasha. In what situation he made that decision. Dasha means what is the state of his life, state of his disease, or his family people. So the Dasha you have to understand whenever you are evaluating someone's decision, and Kala in time. What generation people are doing taking this decision, in what, in Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, all anything. So the Kala axis also you have to put in measuring your any decision. I think next one. I'm concluding with the help of this study. I concluded these 4 type of tools. One is with the help of 6 interaction. This is Buddhi, means knowledge. So it is a cognitive type of assessment of your intelligence with the help of these Paradi attributes, 6 type of interaction levels of your interaction, these 20 characteristics present in the perception directly or with the help of questionnaire. So he can, what he understands with the interaction with the sense and object, he can put himself like a paragraph or with the help of question, you can say. So gradation based evaluation. I think internet is coming properly.
Yes. Yes, we are able to hear you.
Okay. Second, I prepared the tool, which is a comprehensive assessment of with the help of Vimanasthana. But I said that whenever you are comparing these things, so assessment of general knowledge, advanced knowledge. So knowledge committed to practical judgment, prompt and smart response, and mind control. So all these things what I explained is come under this tool. Another is Charaka's definition of Nishchayatmika Buddhi, how the Buddhi take decision. Uho vicharatasya tataha parabuddhim pravartate. So this is very important slogan. With this, with the help of this, I think this tool has been designed. It evaluates the knowledge presented on provided situation. So in management, I think they give you one situation, how you are going to manage that situation, how you are going to take any decision in that situation. So you can give some situation and you analyze the methodology of the decision with then some questions. There is no gradation, only evaluation. And last one is with the help of total study from each and every dimension of Buddhi process. So Medha, in this tool we can, means it is a total holistic tool where you can calculate your Medha, where you can calculate your Dharana, when you can calculate your Smriti, where you calculate your intelligence, all things you can calculate in gradation and also you can evaluate. Next one. So these 4 tools, what I done in my research work, I think I took these tools for Nishchayatmika. I had to separate out or I had to exclude out Dhruti and Smruti at max as possible because I had to catch intelligence power only. So these type of, I think, tools I took. These 2 tool games are there. In this, I think these are 3 types of, you can see there is different in size, different in color, and different in design. So in that, there are 3, you can see this, and with the help of this, you have to calculate with this design, this type of circle and this color. So immediate within some half minute, you have to take the decision and choose the proper thing out. In this game, I think there are some design I provide, and for within 1 minute, I think they have to choose this some designs from their triangle or the square or the diamond, which is in this design, and then Toratama means which is at the first, which is at the second, which is at the 3rd level. They have to decide and make the proper combination of the puzzle. I think this make this make evaluate out their decision making power. Next. So these are type of tools I have used. This type of questionnaire I prepared where many design, then your Parimana, Sankhya, counting based intelligence, your sequence based intelligence, your Pruthaktam, your Sanyoga, all these characteristics are combined in this. I think this is not new. in many intelligence states, this type of only the things are there in conventional testing tools. But Ayurvedic perspective can be put in this thinking or in this philosophy or in these fundamentals, and that Charaka has said in his text. I think this all you can think of. The parimanam, the sizes are different, so that kind of intelligence is here. Sankhya, I think in last one there is a Sankhya, which is abhava pratyaksha is in this situation. Discriminative, pruthakvam in this collective, sanyoga in this puzzle you can think. So sequence, puzzle, para, apara, which is in prior, which is in anas, downward, which is in upward, that all decision dimensions are there in this tool. Next one. This is rapid fire. I think these slides are just for the second on your screen, and you have to catch which is this fruit, because the picture is selected in that way that your piercing state of buddhi, it will get calculated, and your rapid answer you have to write. The first slide goes within some seconds, next slide comes, which is that you have to write, third slide comes, and the variation I had made in that. So in this way, the rapid buddhi I have calculated, in which 6 levels of interaction has considered. Next. This is for the dharana. This slide was kept on the screen for some 1 minute, and after that, or half minute, and after that, in a sequence, they had to write this all what this received within some moments. Okay, so this tool is especially for the dharana. Next. I think what the results are there, with 1078 students was my population, and second and third of both medium, English medium and local language Marathi medium, these students I took for that, and both language I took because different socio-economic status I covered in that, and these characteristics I used with the help of these assessment tools, and I found that, see, socio-economic status is directly proportional to total score. Your intelligence is directly proportional to that. Your dharana score and your total score or your school score is directly proportional. So we took their school score also, and the school score and upper score means considering which is close, which is not close, means this I think what our paper was there, that is related to upper. So that score from that paper, score from their school, and score from dharana. So what we apply in our culture, that though the child is not in 6th standard, not in 8th standard, not in 10th standard, but he had to chant the Gita, he had to chant this Sukta, he had to chant this Stotra, because this Stotra, this Gita is going to develop his dharana. And dharana is directly proportional to his school score. Dharana is directly proportional to his upper type of intelligence. School score is directly proportional to total score of 40 minutes. So what they are in their school performance is directly proportional to their performance in our test. What we understood in the next is the sharpness of intelligence, activeness of intelligence, and hyperactiveness. See, their score more than average, they are all sharp, because we took the sharpness, activeness, and hyperactiveness score from their teacher, and we compared our score and the teacher's comment, and we found that sharpness of the student is more than, those are average, more than average score. Those are active, they are around average score, but those are hyperactive, they are very high in intelligence score or very low in intelligence score, not in moderate. So this is another thing. Our dendrogram, which tool we use in assessment, statistical assessment, it shows that present different modules, what we modules presented in assessment that contribute to buddhi function only. So our aim was to eliminate maximum smruti and dhruti, because we want only intelligence to calculate or audit in our through our tool. So the dendrogram gives you that is your aim to eliminate other things is successful in your assessment or not. So it was again Cronach alpha that also we applied, test we applied, and it showed that the internal consistency of all tools what we applied is good, and so all over what we studied is a relevant study. So the last one, what I want to tell you, the rapid round score, what I said, it is not directly proportional to your total score. So taking decision properly with proper time doesn't mean you have rapid round score high. Or if you are high in your rapid round score, it doesn't mean you can take a proper decision all the time. So the rapid score gives your smartness, your finished intelligence, your sharpness of intelligence, but you don't need the sharpness of the intelligence all the time whenever you are taking your decision. I think some people, they take time for the decision, and that is also very important. So from our study, this is again and one good thing came out, that rapid score is not directly proportional to your total intelligence score. So it is very important, I think, in this field. And next one. So this is for the end. I think intelligence is developing in this way. The flower is there that gives you beauty to your senses, but the essence from the flower, that fragrance, gives happiness or pleasantness to your mind. So the flower has cognitive intelligence, flower has emotional intelligence or your monobuddhi, but sometimes flower also have the spiritual intelligence too, which is coming to the offering, another stage, another level of development of your buddhi. I think in these three dimensions, we can end our lecture. I tried my best to deliver you what we have done, what efforts we had took in our study. Of course, with the help of my guide, Dr. Ramesh Jinanand, Vajraj Ramesh Jinanand, sir, and also Dr. Narendra Pensi, sir, I successfully made this study, this research well, and I tried my best to convey to you. I know my limitations of English, so please consider that, excuse me for that. But I think a lot of things, lot of dimension I tried to put in front of you. You may understand. Maybe if some questions you have, some queries you have, you can talk now, or you can talk directly through mail. Thank you, Asawari, giving me this opportunity to deliver my knowledge or my studies to you, to the people. I think maybe we can make some sections and we can go with some small topic, so I can explain you more thoroughly, because a lot of things are new for Ayurvedic people too, and each and every my statement has and reference from the Ayurvedic text. To not to disturb the flow, I didn't took this references in my current lecture. But if someone is interested, and if we want more to study or make more detail about this mind body function, intelligent function, how it is practically we can use for ourselves intelligence system also to develop that. I think we can take small sections in some lectures and series. Thank you again for your question and invitation. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Girish. It was amazing, excellent presentation, and very profound, very in-depth work that you have done. And you conveyed various dimensions of Buddhi according to Charaka Samhita and the different assessment tools that you have developed and how to connect these things together. It was excellent, very well explained. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you all the attendees for attending our workshop, this webinar today. This webinar will be uploaded on the YouTube channel, CAR YouTube channel, and you can watch it again. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. My email ID is asavari@mnayurveda.com, or you can reach out to ayurvedaresearchusa@gmail.com, and we can get hold of Dr. Girish so that we can get those answers. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye.